Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to have problem number 23. Problem number 23, write a program to fill an array elements with the random numbers from 1 to 100, exactly same like the previous problem. Then print the biggest number in the array. And after that, we want to print the biggest number in the random array that the compiler is going to return them for us, okay, by using generate random number. So for example, if the user insert or input 5 random numbers, the user, for example, wants from the compiler to return 5 random numbers. The output should be array elements are 77, 88, 38, 30, 99. This is 5 random numbers that the compiler returned for us or display for the user on the console screen. The biggest number, and after that, print this string with the result. The biggest number in the array is 99. That's true because the biggest number from these elements or from these numbers of the array is 99. So let's go to Visual Studio to see how we're going to convert this requirement of problem number 23 into code. It's exactly same, even all the codes, all the functions of the previous problems, it's exactly same like it, which means reusability, extendability. We just add one function. That's it. We add one function to solve for us this problem, and it's easy. So let's go to Visual Studio to see how we gonna do it, or how gonna build this problem number 23. All right, guys, this is our solution of problem number 23. Write a program to fill an array elements with the random numbers from 1 to 100 because our array capacity will be 100. Then print the biggest number in the array. All of it same. Generate random number function. Let's open it. It's same. No need to explain it even. All right, and get array elements with random number. It's exactly same like the previous problem. Array of 100, integer by reference array of length, and the logic is same exactly. We didn't touch anything. These two functions, we didn't touch anything. And also the third procedure, display array, text array of 100 and array of length, same exactly like the previous problem. Still here is reusability. 3 functions, we use them same already for 2-3 problems or even more. And we have just this new function for this problem. So for us, this problem number 23, it's integer a function. We name it the biggest number in the array. We give it descriptive names, array of 100 and take array length. Let's open it. Okay, we have integer biggest number, biggest num, stand for number, equals 0. We assign this variable that's called biggest number 0, and integer I equals 0 to come here in a while statement, while I, which is 0, less than array. Let's say the array length will store number 5, so the compiler will return to the user 5 random numbers, as you saw it on the slide. Sorry, I didn't do run to the program, but we will do run after I explain this function, because it's the only new function for this problem. So while 0 less than 5, let's say that the length of the random numbers is 5, because the user insert number 5, so we got 5 randomly number by using generate random number. So 0 less than 5, yes, go inside the while statement, face this if statement. This if statement will say if array of I, if the first number in the first index greater than the biggest num, for first time this condition of if statement will be true. Why? Because biggest num we assign to a 0. So even if the array of I, the first index, the first number in the first index of the array, even if it was number 1, it will be greater or bigger than the biggest num value variable, right? So the first one, it will be true 100%, and we will go inside the if statement. We will execute this line of code, biggest num equal array of I, which is we take the first number that's stored inside the first position in the array, we assign it to the biggest num variable. So biggest num variable, let's say that's stored inside it now number 30. Let's say this is the first random number that the compiler returned it for us or returned it for the user. Now 30 we have it stored inside biggest num, and I++. We move the array in this by 1, increase it by 1. We will say I already represent 1, because we say I++, 1 less than 5, because the array of length when the user insert number 5, so our length it's 5. 1 less than 5, yes. We will go inside the while statement and face the same if statement. If array of I, but I already represent now 1, greater than biggest number stored from the last process or last lap inside it, for example, as we say number 30. So if array of I, if the second number in the second position of the array, this number, it's bigger than the biggest number, it's bigger than the value of the biggest number that we stored it inside the biggest number variable. If, for example, the second number, the random second number, the compiler bring it for us, it was, for example, 60, yeah, it will be bigger than the 30 that we stored inside the biggest num variable. So go inside the if statement, biggest num equal array of I. Array of I, now already I represent number 1, which is we talking about the second number that is stored inside the second position or second index of the array. which is represent number 60. So we take number 60, we assign it to the biggest num. Here we not say equal equal, we say 1 equal, and 1 equals mean we take array of I value, the number that's stored inside the second index or the second position of the array, we assign it to the biggest num, which means the first number that it was stored or assigned to biggest num, it will be erased. Compiler will erase it, and we assign to it new number, which is the new or the second number that's stored inside the second index of the array. Okay, and so on. And I plus plus, I already we represent 2. We will check the third index in the array and its number. If it's bigger than the biggest number for last time we store inside, for example, number 60. If it was 99 or 80, so it will replace it, and so on until we get the biggest number, and this function will return for us. It will hold for us the biggest number in the array. It will hold for us the biggest number in the array by return biggest num variable. And here in the main function, everything also exactly same like the previous lesson. It's run to use the run built-in function, and we have integer array of 100. We declare here array of 100, comma array length is normal variable, and we use the same procedure get array elements, and we have the same strings, and we use the same second procedure display array, and we just add these 2 lines of code. The biggest number in the array is this is string, you saw it on console screen. Now we'll do run for a program, and see out, we said see out because it's function the biggest number. We say when we call the procedure, no need to write before the procedure see out. You already know these things is easy. And when we call functions in the main function, we have to use see out object with it less than the biggest number in the array. We give it the array, it check which is the biggest number according to our length, which is for example 5 numbers. Let's do run to program to see how the program looks like. Perfect. Once we did run, the combat display for us this question: how many elements do you want to get randomly? Let's say 5, enough this time. Press enter. Array elements are 84, 40, 56, 55, 56. Perfect. This is the random 5 numbers that the compiler returned for the user, or the 5 elements of the array that the compiler returned them for the user. And the biggest number in the array is 84. That's true. The first number is bigger, 84 bigger than 40, 56, 55, 56. Correct. So that was the lesson of today. Lesson or problem number 23. Write a program to fill an array elements with random numbers from 1 to 100. Then print the biggest number. See you next problem, next lesson. Ciao.